Hi YouTube, it's me again. It's been quite a while since I made a video, so I thought I would make a couple today. This first video that I'm doing, I want to review a book for you guys because this book has really helped me in my path, and I just think that it's something that everybody should have. It's called, it's going to be backwards. It's called Covencraft by Amber Kay. Now, I don't run a coven, and a lot of witches out there don't, but even though I don't, it still has given a lot to me spiritually. Just because there's so much in here, it breaks it down, it gives a curriculum to train your students. It has rituals in here. It has all sorts of stuff for your coven here. I'm going to go through the table of contents for you guys. It has, the first chapter is called To Be a Witch, and it's just an introduction into Wicca and witchcraft. And it's like a short history of a coven. It talks about ethics, and it goes a little bit over theology. And so, like, the first 3 chapters are To Be a Witch, a short history of the covenant, the gods, and the universe. And that's just basics, you know, it goes over. And then it talks about finding a coven if you don't want to necessarily run one. It talks about finding a coven and how to search for something that is going to be legitimate. And then it gets into organizing a coven. It talks about the covenstead, where you're going to have the rituals, where if you're going to buy land specifically for it, or if you're going to keep it at your house or something. It goes over ritual tools and coven supplies that you need to look into getting, and what each one would be for, and just like creating them, and what the kind of correspondences that would go with creating them, and just basic tools that a coven would have. It talks about coven library. So like in the coven library, it just goes over different genres of books that you would want to have. So just stuff on Wicca and witchcraft, nature and religions, divination, the goddess, feminist spirituality, the god, ancient history, magic, neo-paganism, ecology, you know, all sorts of stuff like that that you could use for reference. Or say your coven has an open library day where you can have people come in and just kind of read and, you know, like serve tea or something. It talks about coven business and finances. So it goes over a little bit into like how to keep track of the finances that you have. So like if your coven's a non-profit, like organization, donations, and what you can do for those. It talks about the different coven offices that you would have, because there's so much into running a coven that you're gonna have to have different people do different things. Just like specifically, like the high priest and the high priestess would be offices. The maiden and the summoner, which are like the assistant to the high priestess and the high priest. The purse warden, who keeps track of the treasury and the accounts. The bard or the minstrel. The scribe, which keeps written records of the coven. Somebody responsible for the library. Somebody for, like, if you have some sort of youth program or daycare kind of thing going on. People to watch outside of the circle if you're doing circles in public areas, just to make sure everybody is safe and stuff, like people stay out of the way. Somebody who coordinates the training, deals with like media and communications that's beyond the coven membership. People that are in charge of the congregation if you decide to go that big. And it talks about welcoming new members, different things you can do to break the ice. It talks about the calendar, like what you could do for Sabbats and Esbats. It talks about ritual. It breaks down the Esbats and the Sabbats. Special activities that the coven could do to not only get to know each other better, but just kind of strengthen the group mind. Talks about initiation, education and training, group dynamics. It goes over pastoral counseling, talks about the children, it talks about elders, building customs and traditions in the coven, serving as a congregation, network and affiliation, being in the community, and the life cycle of a coven. And so already in just the main book, there's already a lot. And I mean, look how thick this is. That's a lot of information, and all of it, every single page is helpful. And I mean, in the appendix, there's 2 appendixes, and the first one is coven organizations, and that goes over common beliefs and practices, the laws of witchcraft, the ordains, recommended reading lists, how to build a coven name and a symbol, articles of incorporation and bylaws, and IRS sample questions, if you want to become an official church. It talks about the U.S. Armed Forces Chaplain's Handbook on Wicca, which is very informational. I actually put the little section in my Book of Shadows because it just has really good information and basic. It just breaks down the religion of Wicca into a basic understanding. It gives you a sample of a dedicant agreement. It gives you different degrees of initiation and what each student could do to reach each degree, and art specialty arts once they get through the degree system. It gives you a sample budget. It talks about personalities that could be a problem and how to deal with them, and like a checklist for a healthy coven. And the second appendix is rituals, basic coven rituals that you would probably want to do. So it just goes over the basic ritual outline for a coven, the ritual birthing of a coven. It talks about the charge of the goddess, a dedication ritual, first, second, and third degree initiations, the new moon esbat, a full moon esbat, a Sabbath celebration outline, a ritual parting for a coven, awakening, a ritual of womanhood and manhood, a hand fasting, a hand parting, and a ritual of croning or sagehood, and a passing over ritual. And so this has everything that you could need to run a coven. I mean, like I said, I don't even run a coven, but it's helped me on my path so much, so I highly, highly, highly recommend this book for everybody. Amber Kay has also written another book that I really like called Witchcraft. I don't have that book at this point because I moved from Montana to Ohio to live with my fiance, and so moving here to live with him, I had to leave a lot of my stuff back home in Montana, so I don't have that book with me, but that is another really good book. It's like literally the same thickness, and it goes over everything you could possibly want in creating ritual, whether it's for yourself or for other people, or whether it's for spell work or celebrations or anything that you could possibly want to do for ritual. It breaks everything down, explains it, and it just helps you build the best ritual you possibly can. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this, please like, go and buy the book. For more videos, subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting as many as I can, as often as I can. I'll try to do once a week minimum at least. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.